You think this is just another small update? You're already falling behind. This update changes who climbs and who gets stuck. Before we start, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, because here you get only what actually helps you win and rank up. Alright, let's go. This update in Rush Royale is not cosmetic. It's not just balance tweaks. It's a system-level change that affects your progress, your matchmaking, and how fast you can actually move through divisions. And if you don't understand what changed, you will feel it very quickly. You'll start losing more, you'll slow down, and you won't even understand why. So let's break everything down simply and clearly. First, Wukong. Yes, Wukong is now in the chest of choice. And this is big. This instantly makes him more accessible, which means more players will get him, more players will use him, and the meta will start shifting. And there are only two possible outcomes when this happens. Either Wukong becomes dominant or he gets nerfed. That's it. And right now, we are in that window where you can take advantage before everyone else catches up. If you're thinking about getting Wukong, this is the best moment, because once a unit becomes too popular, developers always step in. So early advantage matters. And if you want breakdowns like this, where you actually understand what's coming next, subscribe and drop a like so you don't miss anything. Now let's go deeper. Wukong can also appear in Star of the Week. This is extremely important, because even if you don't own him at a high level, you can test him. You can see how he performs, what decks work, how he scales. Smart players are already doing this. They don't wait for the meta to form. They read it early. Because once everyone starts copying, you're late. Now we move to the biggest part of this update. Divisions. They completely reworked the requirements. And this changes progression for everyone. Here are the new thresholds. Division 4, unlocked at 800 critical damage. Division 5, unlocked at 1000 critical damage. Division 6 are unlocked at 1000 critical damage and 250 legendarity. Division 7, unlocked at 1000 critical damage and 500 legendarity. Division 8, unlocked at 1000 critical damage and 1000 legendarity. Now pay attention. Critical damage stops scaling after a certain point. This is the key change. Before, you could just stack crit and keep climbing. Now, that doesn't work anymore. Now the system forces you to develop your account fully. Your cards, your heroes, your overall collection. This is a completely different progression logic. And if you ignore this, you will hit a wall. Hard. If you want to rank faster than others, subscribe and hit like, because this is exactly what we focus on here. Now let's talk about co-op. This is actually a hidden buff for many players. The requirements for co-op floors have been lowered, which means you unlock content faster, you farm gold faster, you progress faster. And here is where most players make a mistake. They ignore co-op. They think PvP is everything. It's not. Right now, co-op is your foundation. No gold equals no upgrades. No upgrades equals no legendarity. No legendarity equals no divisions. Everything is connected. If you want to grow, you need to play co-op. This is not optional anymore. And if this kind of insight helps you, subscribe and like, because most players are still missing this. Now, rewards tied to critical damage. They updated them. So now critical damage is not just a number you push for stats. It actually gives you meaningful rewards and progression. This creates a dual system. You now have two directions: critical damage, legendarity, and the balance between them defines your strength. If you focus only on crit, you'll get stuck. If you focus only on legendarity, your damage won't keep up. You need both, and this is where strategy begins. Now, very important part. March 23rd, balance changes, and this can flip the meta completely. Some units will get buffed, some will get nerfed. So here's the mistake you must avoid. Do not invest everything into one unit right now. This is dangerous, because if that unit gets nerfed, you lose progress. Instead, keep flexibility. Build multiple decks. Prepare alternatives. This is how you stay ahead. And if you want me to break down the strongest builds after the balance patch, subscribe and hit like I'll cover it in detail. Now let's go practical. What should you actually do after this update? Step 1. Push your critical damage to 1000. This is your entry point into higher divisions. Step 2. Start increasing your legendarity, even slowly, because this is now your main gate. Step 3. Farm co-op consistently. This is your resource engine. Step 4. Consider Wukong. At least test him. Understand him. Step 5. Don't rush upgrades before balance changes. Wait. Observe. Then invest. This alone can save you weeks of wasted progress. Now, another important change. Matchmaking will feel more balanced, because divisions now reflect real strength better. Less situations where you get destroyed with no chance, but also less easy wins. This means one thing: skill matters more now. Decision-making matters more. Understanding the game matters more. And this is where most players fall behind. They play without thinking. They copy decks without understanding them. They upgrade randomly. And then they wonder why they don't climb. Now, you have an advantage, because you understand the system. If you reached this point, you're already ahead of most players, so subscribe and hit like, because we're going even deeper in the next videos. Let's summarize everything. This update is strong, not visually, not superficially, systemically. Progression is now more fair, but also more demanding. You can't brute force your way up anymore. You need strategy. You need balance. You need awareness. And if you adapt, you will climb faster than others. If you don't, you will stay where you are. Simple as that. Now tell me in the comments, are you going for Wukong or skipping him? And once again, subscribe and hit like if you want to grow faster and stay ahead of the meta. Let's go climb.